Hey everyone, welcome to Digital Hoarders episode number 21. I'm back, so hey,
For
that's
1 week.
something, right? And we're late as usual, but bear with us. I ran into a knife on my knife table. Decided to do knee surgery right away, so screw it, whatever. I know I needed that. But anywho, I'm so excited to be back with you guys. We took a break last week for some not so good reasons. But I'm happy to be back with you, lovely gentlemen, my bearded gang. I just want to kiss both of you. Look at
I don't really have a beard going on.
Yeah.
Well,
I wish I did.
You just need the candy and the van, and you're good. But anyway.
Got the candy.
Oh, we got the candy right
here. But anyway, we have a great episode lined up. It's so much has happened in the gaming world, the movie industry, which I got to partake in for the last 2 weeks. So definitely a lot of good things coming. Let's just kick this thing off and get this beautiful story narrative going. Gentlemen, what have you been up to?
Brandon?
No, I pointed to you first.
I know, but it's an audio medium, so
it's what?
It's an audio medium, so the words trump the thumb. I didn't mean to say Trump on our podcast. We're not a political show. I'm sorry, everybody.
But they don't really, because it's video. Like what is being seen now is video. It's not audio.
I've been playing a lot. I don't know if you guys have heard of these games. A little game called Monster Hunter that we will get into here, I think, in the near future. Yeah. Monster Hunter, crazy news. I mean, it came out. Monster Hunter's never been like a
Monster Hunter more.
Monster Hunter.
PUBG.
It's not one of those games that ever came through and like has blown the doors off of anything. I think Monster Hunter 4, which is the last one I played, has sold 4 million or 4.5 million copies total since it's been out, and that was 5 years ago. I think it came out 4 or 5 years ago.
Was it that much? Because I saw Capcom put out a thing that their best-selling game of all time is Resident Evil 5.
Really?
And that's like 4.8 million, give or take. And that
no
Monster
way.
Hunter shipped 5. That's what they said. And then Monster Hunter shipped 5 million. Maybe it was a launch week or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the way it was worded was that was their best-selling game ever.
Maybe it is launch week.
Resident Evil 5 is on fucking everything, so I mean it's possible.
You got to think Resident Evil 7 has sold more than that too, though. But anyway, yeah. So Brandon gave away the punchline there. It sold 5 million copies in its first week, which is crazy because anybody who's a Monster Hunter fan, it's kind of like a niche title. But this one has just been huge, and I'd like to hear what people think about it. I've seen it all over Twitter. It's a really fun game. I want to know what people think about it that haven't played it before. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I think it's a great version of Monster Hunter, and I'll get to my co-host next to me here in a second. But I think it's fantastic. It's fun. It's everything that Monster Hunter should be, except online play should be a lot easier. It shouldn't be such a pain in the ass to get an online game going in 2018. Goodness gracious, it's a pain in the ass. But the game itself is really fun. So I can't wait to get further on in it. But Brandon, how are you doing with Monster Hunter? You got it, right?
Yeah. But we're trying to this show's about positivity.
Oh, well then just real quick say not crazy about it.
Positively not that crazy about it. No, so I tried Monster Hunter for the first time on the Wii, and it was awful. And I was like, I don't like this. This isn't for me. But then when they unveiled this one, I was like, all right, maybe I'll give it a shot. And then they announced the stuff with the Aloy add-ons. I'm like, that's really cool. Like, I'm gonna try this. And I don't know. It's not grabbing me. And again, this is for not being a Monster Hunter fan.
Yeah,
I was thinking it was more akin to like a Horizon Zero Dawn, but it's not. It's more akin to like. It has like a grindy, almost like a Dark Souls element to it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. I went in thinking this is going to be hunt a monster and, like a Shadow of the Colossus and a Horizon Zero Dawn kind of combination. But it's not. So that's kind of on me for not understanding exactly what the game was going in. But I'm not a big RPG guy, so it's a little bit too much going on. So I think I'm walking away from it now. But I'm not ready to delete it off the PS4 yet, if that makes sense. Like, I know I'm not ready to I was all set on grinding to get the Watcher skin for my cat.
It takes you probably
And I'm just like, no.
10 hours of gameplay to get to that point.
Yeah, and somebody told me today, I was talking to somebody at a store, and they're like, yeah, it's going to be like 10 to 12 hours so you feel comfortable. And I'm like, no. Yeah. In 10 to 12 hours, I want the game done. Like, I don't want to just be getting the meat and potatoes of the game. I want it to be done at the 12-hour mark. That's me. Like, and we've talked about that before. I don't play Skyrim. I don't play these huge games. And I know that Monster Hunter is not a 350-hour game, but you can continue to grind if you want. So it can be.
I put 300 hours into Monster Hunter 4 probably. So. And people were like, that's it?
Oh, shit.
It's a really long game that just goes on forever if you keep playing it. And it gets harder and harder. So, like, there's never really a cap where you're just like, okay, now I'm too strong for everything. Because as you get stronger, everything else gets stronger.
Gotcha.
It's
one, like I said, I want to go back to it. I'm not ready to write it off. You know, I don't have any gripes about the game other than the handler. I don't know who's playing it. If the handler could just get fucking eaten, that would be fantastic.
But let's be clear.
She is awful. She's just awful. Like, when I play games, I've told you this before, I like to wander around. I like to look in the bushes and nook and crannies. It's like every 4 fucking seconds, she's like, come on, over here.
You're still,
come on.
No, in, like,
shut up, lady. Let me look around. Leave me alone. And maybe, like, if I could just turn her off and just see her text prompt, I'm fine with that. It's the voice.
By the time you get past your first real monster hunt, she doesn't talk to you.
But you know what's awful is my, come on, over here. Is it really that far off of how obnoxious her voice is? It's kind of close, and that's sad.
But here's, you aren't an anime fan at all.
Correct.
Or a JRPG fan.
Correct.
Or any of that.
Yep, I don't know why the fuck I was thinking I would like this game.
Right. I love the fact that in the midst of all these like crazy ass dinosaur fights and monster fights, and you're getting poisoned and you're battling for an hour at a time. But then you come back to your hub and you've got this like weird anime girl who's just like, hey, and it's just like this cutesy
like
thing.
To feed her to
and
the monster I just killed.
You got cats that cook you dinner.
Yeah.
And like, it's just a weird kind of out there experience, which takes away from some of the Dark Souls-ness of the bosses.
And maybe for me, I want the more serious. And
I think so.
Yeah, so
Doc,
or just for her to get eaten.
Have you been playing it at all, Doc?
Yeah, so I've played for a few hours. I think it's awesome. I think the creatures are very cool. Weird no jump. I mean, I don't know. It's just weird.
No jumping.
Just aerial combats, but I love the huge monsters.
Boycott it.
I love the lore of it so far. I think it's cool. You know, it's very primal, I guess, because we're killing things, you know. Knocking them unconscious.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I noticed that the one thing when you get to the thing, they're like, I know how you used to do it. You used to kill them. That's not how we do it. We're here for research. Cool. What do you need to do? Go kill 10 of those fucking things. Like, that's the same thing. Like, I don't know what that positive spin you tried to put on it, but yeah, sorry, Doc.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's yeah, definitely one of those oddities for the thing. So I find it very interesting, I guess, to say in that mechanic I found kind of comical in a sense. But in another sense, I actually really like it. I think, you know, it's kind of something that we needed from a small handheld to the big world, I guess, if you want to take that. So it's inviting. I mean, I'm going to say I've been playing it on the X now. I'm playing it on a different mode that gives us 3 different modes or whatever. But definitely have to say doesn't take full potential after reading the Digital Foundry analysis of it. It's just using raw power. It's not using all the extra little additives. So I think maybe in a future patch or something down the road that'll get addressed, because definitely I can see some things being bumped up on it. Just for that system, you know. But I think it's out on PC, and people say it's. I
don't think it's out.
It's not out yet.
Yeah, it's
not
coming
yet.
out.
Okay, yeah, because people are saying that it's going to look ridiculous on that. So that's where I think that patch is going to come from once they have that solidified.
Yeah, but I don't think that's until the fall. So you've got to wait until late summer or fall.
Well, hell, I've been hearing about a Minecraft 4K patch for over a year and still not.
That's true.
So anyway,
so yeah, that's not all I've been playing.
Yeah, so it's just been really good. So I mean, I've been playing that, and I've been playing other stuff. So I mean, I've been playing this little game called Mario Odyssey. So
Never heard of it.
It's really addicting. So lots of fun on that.
It's a really fun game. I want to play it more.
Yeah, I mean, I love it going on the on the go, so that's cool. Well, shit, I don't know. And then PUBG has made leaps and bounds since it come out, and thank God they addressed the vehicle damage. I mean, now it only takes like 6 bullets to kill someone in the damn vehicle, so
yeah.
it's a lot better at those final circles. So assholes out there that are trying to run over, positive, I'm gonna kill you. So yeah, so it's good. I just had a lot of fun with it. I mean, it was kind of hard playing video games, being stuck in the mountains, but
Yeah.
on hotel Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's cell phone.
Yeah, and I haven't gotten into any of the other stuff I've been playing or watching, but how was Sundance? What was your favorite thing you saw at Sundance, and how many celebrities did you try to make out with?
No celebrities.
Just Nicolas
Okay,
Cage.
all right.
But no, I liked Leave No Trace. So that one basically has Ben Foster in it, deals with a veteran that has PTSD. It's based on the book called My Abandonment, and it deals with the real life story of a guy who had a daughter that had PTSD, and they were living in the park, and it was on national news and everything. But yeah, it's that whole thing. It's very powerful. There's a moment in that film that I think will probably go down as one of the best cinematography, whatever.
I get
moment.
it.
Yeah, that whole cinema. Yeah,
cinnamon and sugar.
The director captured probably one of the most realist, purest emotional events that we in real life have sometimes with our spouses or loved ones, and it was captured beautifully, and it conveyed it to the whole crowd. It was just, I stood up and applauded for that movie, the director and the whole team. It was just phenomenal. So if I had to go with a creepy one, because I know you guys like horror flicks and weird stuff out there, Summer of '84, be on the lookout for that one, and Hereditary.
I saw the trailer for Hereditary yesterday. Actually, they're trying to call it this generation's Exorcist, and
it's gonna fuck with you. Okay, sorry for my language, but I watched it at 11:45 at night until like 2:00 in the morning, and I had already been watching a ton of movies that day. And to end the note on that movie, I was like, what just happened?
Yeah, it looks like a fucking weird movie, but don't worry, I'm just going to keep saying it. I'm excited for that one because so I guess now that it's premiered in Sundance, I don't know who. I guess somebody scooped it up already. A24, I think. Okay,
yeah.
So A24 buys up a lot of really good movies. So yeah, I saw that trailer the other day. I'm excited. But back to your other movie, I think Ben Foster is awesome. I don't think he gets.
Foster?
So
I'm not the movie guy.
Thinking when Doc started saying that he was playing the role of with the guy with PTSD, he did another movie with Woody Harrelson called The Messenger. Have you ever seen that, Doc?
The which one? The Messenger.
The Messenger. It's Woody and Ben Foster.
Oh yeah.
So Ben Foster's in right now. I'm going to draw a huge blank. He's in everything. He was for a while. He's the face you'll recognize right away, but the name maybe not so much.
Oh yeah.
He's a great fucking actor.
Yeah.
Like everything he does, he's really good in. 310 to
Yuma is what I'm thinking of. Okay.
But yeah, right there's the Messenger. But anyway, I think he's a really, really good actor, and if he's in it, I'm sold already because I'll watch anything that guy does. I'm reading the chat right now, getting some love for Vanilla Coke. Fucking right.
Well, what happened is Dan and Diego have decided they need to raid my house while I am here, and my fiance Tanya is making sure they know that there's a case of Vanilla Coke.
Whoa!
That I bought for you.
Back the fuck up.
So
what I love is that we have a lot of new people watching the show that have no idea why we're talking about Vanilla Coke. We don't really follow much of a script on this show. If you've never watched us, we like to just kind of. There's a very loose script. It fits on a post-it note.
Yes.
But Doc, why do we got so many people watching today? Why do so many people love us all of a sudden?
Hi, people. Welcome to the chat and welcome.
Hey, look, a fellow
Hoarders.
Bartram.
Oh,
Your bro is in there.
Hey,
hello, brother.
Hello, brother Bartram.
Yes, we're going to be giving away Monster Hunter later on for the system.
That game I just shit all over. Sorry, guys. Just me. I'm really in the minority here, so don't listen to me.
It's okay. It's because it doesn't have a jump button. He's not.
That's right. Can't have it. Can't have it. Let's get incredibly outraged now. So Doc was at Sundance.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of great movies. How many movies in total did you see?
total of 19. So I saw a total of 19. And oh, someone's got issues on there. Sounds muted. Anyway, but yes.
Really?
Yeah, I hear you just fine, gentlemen.
No,
You could hear us?
Yeah, I hear.
That's bad.
Okay, we're back.
I
Hello.
can't hear you, but I hear you. Anyway, no. So I saw 19 films, did a couple VR experiences, went skiing, and yeah, had a lot of good food. So, but yeah,
good. You look like you had a lot of fun. Nobody was jealous of you at all, I'm sure.
Yeah. I love movies. Yes, I am a movie buff. I don't have as many as Blockbuster over there, but I go to the theater every single week. So I see about 200 movies a year in the theater. So yeah.
That's because he doesn't have 1,700 children. My chair just shrank.
Yeah, Brandon just got shorter.
Hey guys, coming back up. How you doing? Yeah, so, I don't get to go to the movies very much since we've had kids now. It's, I looked at you and I said that
between us now we've got 7.
But yeah.
So when did you want to do the giveaway, Doc? Before we get into more of what we're playing, we're going to do it in like 10 minutes?
No, do it at the end. You guys got to stick through all of this awkward talk that we're about to prepare.
Kind of towards the end, right before I got to go. So about a half hour, folks. Okay. It's going to be good. We're going to give the thing away. It's going to be worth it. And I love you guys. And yes, Digital Hoarder t-shirts are out there. Thank you for those, D, and everyone that's been getting them. You guys rock. So
I do want to point out that we did just get a notification that JJ Bartram has subscribed to our channel. I like that it took a giveaway for your brother to subscribe to our channel.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I know he watches all the time because he comments to me in private chat. So
about how much he hates the other two.
Yeah.
Understandable.
You'd be better off.
Doc, you're great on there. Those guys are fucking terrible. So Doc's got to hit the road here in about a half an hour, 45 minutes or so. So before he leaves, he will give away that amazing game to one of you lucky people in chat.
So anyway, I've also been playing a little game called Fortnite.
Which is better than PUBG.
Which is, I find, way better than I'm finding it so much more fun than PUBG. Since the update, I got back into it, and it's been just really cool and really fun. There's new areas. There's new, almost like new towns inside the on the island. There's also a whole lot more people playing. There's much more to do. There's not as much dead area. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I've definitely noticed that end of the map that was essentially just like a cabin and those things on stilts. Is now there's like 3 different towers or 3 different towns essentially to run through, which is really cool.
Yeah, so it's given a lot more to do, which means the games themselves are a lot more exciting, I guess. There's a lot. I think they added more loot drops. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure I've getting better loot now than I did before.
Okay.
And I've gotten a lot better at building.
Yeah.
So that makes the game more fun too. Like as you get shot and you start to like build this structure out of nowhere. I was playing last night and I got shot at and before I even knew what I was doing, I had like a 2-story building that I jumped off of to shoot the guy in the face. And I was like, wait a second.
I did that.
How did I do that?
Because you're so good.
Yeah, I just play it so much. It's really fun. But my problem now is I love this game so much and I love Monster Hunter so much. I wanted to play a bunch of my backlog games this year. All I want to do is play these 2 games over and over and over and over and over. I'm also playing Iconoclast on Vita, which is a really fun game. We'll talk about it more after I finish it.
So 2021.
Well, it's on the Vita, so I can play that one when I'm watching movies. It's a really cool game. It's a really good game. It's a great 2D side-scrolling platformer which is just my favorite kind of game.
Speaking of that, are you looking at Celeste?
Dude, Celeste looks
so up your alley.
Good.
So yeah.
Yes, it's on my wish list on PS4. As soon as it's on sale, I'm going to get it. There's no point to get it yet just because I have so much to play. But as soon as it's on sale, Iconoclast was one where I had to have it straight from the jump. And I guess I'll talk a little bit about it. It's a really, really great 2D platformer. It's a little full of itself. Like it's trying to be more than what it is, where it's getting into philosophy and like the way the characters talk. It's almost like when you're watching Shakespeare and somebody says a phrase and it takes you a minute to think about it, where you're not really following a conversation. You're trying to figure out what they're saying. So there are times when I'm playing the game and I'm like, wait, what the hell are they saying? Like, I don't. They're not letting the governor of the god is, huh? But
Can't wait to play it.
But it's really fun. It's the mechanics of it are really cool, and the characters are amazing.
Okay.
But I also watched a little thing over the weekend that apparently I'm alone in. I watched the Royal Rumble.
You are alone in that.
I am alone. Doc, I thought you were a wrestling fan.
I am a wrestling fan. And everything else. But are you guys stuck on my camera? Did you guys click on my picture or anything? Someone said
it's supposed to be. I don't know what the hell's
click
going
on us again.
I did.
No, click on us again. Now
it should be switching
I
now.
broke it.
Yeah,
All right, good to go. So
that's why I put us
anywho,
on mute, so I could try to tell Brandon what to do, and it didn't work.
And I didn't listen.
it's all good. But no, I really love wrestling. I just honestly, I have not had time to invest in it. My favorite era still is the Attitude Era, D-Generation X, Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, just the icons which we grew up with. I just loved it. You know. I loved the whole Hardy Boys, that whole thing. But, you know, I've kind of fallen away from it because I really haven't had time to invest in it. But some of the storylines are starting to get interesting. I think they're starting to bring back more of the Attitude Era-esque violence and that stuff. So I'm more for that. So I'll probably be watching more. So I just literally like people kicking the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
And doing crazy stuff. I mean, even though I witnessed, sadly, Owen Hart, you know, those events, you know, live, you know, so it's kind of like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't been to an event since 2012. The last one, I think, right before WrestleMania, they were here in San Diego. So I went for a Raw episode. So. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep nodding my head like I have any idea what you guys are talking about.
What I love about wrestling, and I've talked about it on our other show a couple weeks ago, I think, but I love the theatrics of it and the pageantry and the violence, but also the Brandon's just still nodding his head. It's almost like, I mean, it's a dance. You're watching people like try to figure out how to handle this thing, and they're doing it on the fly a lot of times. And I love it when they they're communicating with each other, and they've got, and I mean, it's called the Attitude Era, but that was the best time for people who just like could go off on each other and say the funniest or meanest or whatever kind of thing. And it's gotten to the point where that's the weakest part of it. The in-ring stuff though is really cool because people, it used to be that there were 5 or 10 great athletes and the other guys were just kind of there getting a paycheck. These days you have to be amazing and doing amazing things in the ring to be any good, or to make it. And the things that they're doing now in the ring are just so cool. And some of these guys are just phenomenal, for lack of a better word.
What do you think of Rhonda? I mean, coming. I think that's going to be, if she actually is on a long-term contract instead of. She is a long-term. They've posted it. Okay, so I think that'll be a great women's division. Actually, bring interest. That might really get me into watching.
It's already huge. Like it hit the mainstream media immediately, which is good for a small thing like wrestling is, or things that a lot of people think that that's too nerdy. And I've always had that problem too. Is like wrestling fans are a lot of times are really annoying and nerdy. So like here I am trying to be a normal dude and like wrestling. So it's hard to like go, hey, you watched that wrestling event last night? And then people are just like, yeah. And then like then they did the kick and then, Vince wasn't happy about that. And they're just like,
and you're like, I'm sorry,
I just want to be a person. Can we please be people and like stuff? So for a long time, I just wouldn't tell people, yeah, I'm into wrestling because it comes with a connotation, but it's fun. Have fun and enjoy your life. But Ronda Rousey being in it is... Brandon is so bored right now.
No, I'm good.
Ronda Rousey being in it is really cool for the business, I guess.
Right.
I hope she's good. When she came out at the Rumble the other night, it was super awkward and weird. She just like kind of stood there pointing up at the sign and trying to look cool.
Yeah, I did watch her walk in just because, again, it was everywhere. It was kind of cool, though, not knowing a damn thing or caring. But Like she was totally caught up in the moment. Like she was.
Yes.
You're supposed to come out and be a badass, but she was like smiling, which is cool because she genuinely looked like, oh, this is awesome. Like I'm here. Like I only have to pretend to get my face beat in for 20 minutes now. I'm down for this. So
yeah, there was she reached out and Asuka just won the Royal Rumble, and Asuka's just a badass in the ring. And she reaches her hand out to shake Asuka's hand, and Asuka sticks her hand out and smacks her hand away. And you could tell like that was supposed to be a moment where Ronda was like, "What are you doing?" But she just started like giggling, like, "Look what I'm doing."
Yeah,
she loves it. I mean, she's talked about that for years. She loves pro wrestling, but
good.
It depends. It doesn't. If she draws people into the sport, for lack of a better word, and she's bad, it's not going to be good. Like, so I'm afraid of her coming. She's not a great actress. I'm afraid of her coming out and just looking silly.
None of them are very good actors.
A lot of them are. There's a lot of good actors. I'm going to show you some stuff.
Because
I'm going to show you some stuff.
John Cena.
No, but here, keeping up with the chat, where did that just go? Somebody asked about, oh, fuck me, right here.
Can't believe Trish Stratus has returned. Yeah, they did the Women's Royal Rumble for the first time ever. And they brought back a bunch of women from like the early 2000s, late 90s to now. So it was like 15 or 20 women from now, and then 10 or 15 like past greats. Women who didn't get to do these kinds of things that they're doing now because it wasn't that big. But now women are a bigger deal. And having somebody like Ronda Rousey makes the women a bigger deal, so they have to make it cooler, I guess, for the lack of a better word.
Yeah, if I was into wrestling, I would eat this shit up for sure.
Yeah.
Like this would be a really cool event. Like this, I would be with you if I was a wrestling fan. This is something I would probably be my favorite day of the year when it comes to the sports.
The Royal Rumble got me into wrestling when I was a kid, and it's the only thing that kept me into wrestling when I got bored with it.
Okay.
Like even when I just was over wrestling and I hated it and I didn't want to watch it at all, I still watched the Royal Rumble every year because there was just something about it's just like that excitement of it. And then there's 30 guys jumping in the ring, and you don't know who's coming and you don't know what's going to happen.
So let me ask you this, like a quick Cliff Notes version. Okay, so like here comes number 1 and number 2, and like how many do they put in the ring at one time?
However many it takes. So
until they start chucking people out, or what?
Yeah.
Because like in my mind, I'm just sitting there trying to figure out when they're coming down. Like they send out 2, and then
start out with 2,
fight,
and then every 90 seconds another guy comes out.
Okay.
So
I didn't know if they were just chilling in the back, like waiting, like, fuck, I wish you would just throw him out.
So if nobody's getting thrown out, you've got 15, 20 guys in the ring sometimes. And that's what I like. And that's when I talk about like the technical aspects that I think are cool. So there was a guy early on that entered, I think, number 2. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible for all of you. I'm sorry. And then there was another guy who entered pretty early on, and they have like a rivalry thing going on, whatever. And it goes back years. And I didn't realize it, but both of them hadn't touched at all. And then all of a sudden at the very end, it's the 2 of them left. And it's like, wait a second, now we're going to fight. So there was like, somehow they went an hour avoiding each other in this ring just to set up a moment later on that was really cool.
So ultimately it's who's ever left standing. So how do they get, like, is it the scrubs or like the first couple out? Because I really feel like number 1 and number 2 get the shit end of the deal, while number 30 is just like, well, I'm gonna knock this one guy out and I'm out. Like, kind of.
Number 1 and number 2 are usually guys who can go the distance and make it last. That way, it's more interesting.
Okay.
So anybody going in first is has the cardio at least.
Gotcha.
To go 60 minutes. Because a lot of times the guys who go in first end up. Sorry, everybody. Irrelevant Native just said, I just woke up. What was the conversation? Anyway.
It's still going on. Don't worry.
Brandon, what have you been playing and watching?
Look, you know what? I don't care. I have talked about shit you don't care about. Doc has talked about stuff we don't care about. You're happy. That's all we care about.
Yeah.
You want to keep talking about wrestling?
No, I'm good.
You want to start a wrestling podcast?
I would love to.
I won't watch.
Yeah. Who wants to do a wrestling podcast with me? Nobody?
Not
Crickets?
me and not Native. So I have been playing, I don't know, because it's been 2 weeks. So it's like trying to remember what I've played. I don't remember. I did beat Klaus.
You played a bunch of easy plats.
Yeah, I did beat Klaus, which was your game you wouldn't stop raving about, and I really enjoyed it a lot. I don't think the last time we recorded I had beaten it yet. but I enjoyed it a lot. It was a unique platformer. It does a lot of different things that I've never seen in the genre before. But played Fortnite, played some Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. But it's funny because go back a month and all I talked about was PUBG.
Yeah.
I haven't touched PUBG since the Chris Thompson episode. I don't know why, but, and I'm sorry to Doc and to JJ who already booed you when you said it once. So sorry, JJ. I like Fortnite's got its hooks in me, but what's even better is this. This is what I love. This is what I love. I tweeted this out too. There's no more beautiful woman in the world than my wife, and she is obsessed with Fortnite now. And I don't know what it is. I've never seen her get her hooks into a game like this. It is so attractive. It is crazy attractive because she'll have like 15 minutes of downtime. She's like, I can play a match of Fortnite. And I'm like, that's so hot. So my wife Mary and I have been playing a lot of Fortnite lately. I really like it. And somebody up earlier in the chat said if they took away the building, then they would play Fortnite. But you can't because you need something for Fortnite to stick out from PUBG. Besides, it's cartoony. It's cartoony thing. But the thing about Fortnite is PUBG is a monster game, but there is ultimately more going on in Fortnite. There's more to master. There's more to really wrap your head around than just, the just PUBG. And I like PUBG, but I honestly do think I like Fortnite more. But the thing about the building is you have to be able, you don't even have to build. Like, you really don't. You can kind of just get good at essentially playing it like PUBG, camp a little bit here and there, go balls to the wall if you want or whatever. You don't have to build. I will say the people that usually are in the top 3 are the people constructing those buildings. But if you're, proactive enough and get in front of that, then it is fine. So I don't build all that much, and I definitely don't build these like skyscrapers like you see people building. I'll build some shit around me and I'll throw a track down, and that's about it. And usually by the time I've constructed that, the storm is moving and I just wasted all my materials. Right. So,
and that's the thing that makes it kind of different in that aspect, because you can't just build a huge tower and be done with it.
Post up,
because you're not going to end up in the circle unless you get super lucky, and that's going to happen once out of every 20 games. So you can't really rely on building a base, which is why a lot of people can win without. Sure, the people who can build these elaborate bases are probably going to win 50% of the games. But then the other 50% are somebody who hid and was in the right spot at the right time and was able to get the kill on that guy who thought he was building this impenetrable base.
And the thing is, when you're building the bases wherever you are, and now Doc, real quick, have you played Fortnite at all?
No.
Yes, I have, and I came in a 3rd place and an 8th place in 2 matches. I mean, so I'm going to give you my quick perspective on Fortnite. Basically, you take PUBG, that it is what it is, with beautiful colors. Okay, it's a vibrant kind of, more World of Warcraft artsy kind of world. So that sense, cool. It's that with the building aspect. I hate the building aspect in it. I don't think it's really that much fun for me, because literally I am hunting down people when I played it. I really don't have time to worry about getting resources, doing this, building that, trying to trap someone, that stuff.
But I think if you put more than 2 battles into it, maybe it does hook you. Because it's confusing mechanic at first. It's a super confusing mechanic.
It is a confusing mechanic, but I will say that what it has for it is I don't have the crazy rubber banding. I don't have the crazy just kicks from it and that stuff when I did play it. Yeah. I watched my roommate when we were in Utah. He was playing on his PS4 in the room, and I watched him play it all the time, and I find it interesting. I asked him what he liked, because he played PUBG on mine for a little bit, and he said they offer 2 different versions. One, if he wants a more realistic kind of style of, hey, I just want to go hunt someone, shoot, cool, I'm going that way. If I just want to have, just kind of escape into a playful land and just kind of go do it, that's when I go play Fortnite and that stuff. But also, I guess there's different modes besides Battle Royale, which is why it costs $40 for the standard version to get into it. So I didn't get that. I know my brother, he gave me was it? It was something. He was able to give me something because he got the game. I don't know. So
Yeah,
I
if you
have
got
some
one of
kind
the top tiers, they give you an extra key, essentially.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what I have. So and
Yeah.
I just played the battle royale. But for me, from my judgment, I think I would have to step back and say I probably need at least a few more hours because I have like 4 days total gameplay time on PUBG versus 2 matches on the other. So yeah,
Well-
go to sleep, Cortana.
I definitely think. Yeah, I keep hearing your Xbox notifications going.
Oh,
on.
it's my Cortana, my Harman Kardon thing here, and she
Look at that
keeps letting me
plug.
know that people
Yeah.
are coming online. So she's
The thing that the thing with Fortnite and PUBG is people seem to act like they can't coexist. They can absolutely coexist. When I want to have that heart pounding, palms are sweating. I sound like Eminem.
Knees
Palms
weak, arms are
mom spaghetti. But when I want that, I'll play PUBG. But when I want to just kind of have a little more fun with it and kind of run around and maybe dabble in building and stuff like that, then Fortnite can come in. It's crazy whenever any games come out that are similar, it's like they're automatically pitted against each other. And it doesn't need to be that way. I do prefer Fortnite, but I want to get back to PUBG. I don't really know why I haven't gone back. I need to.
I don't I don't know if anybody remembers when Fortnite first came out, I said it's almost as good as PUBG, but PUBG's better. When PUBG's out on console, I'm going to play that. And then I listed off a bunch of issues that I had with Fortnite. Fortnite fixed all of those issues. And that's one of the cool things about, Epic's a much bigger company than Bluehole.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Bluehole? Yeah.
It's a bad name.
Yeah, it's a terrible name.
Then butthole game.
I don't think I've ever said it out loud, and I didn't realize how weird it was. But Epic's so huge that they're able to just correct things on the fly, and it's just like every week or so they're releasing an update that fixes something and then adds a new thing, and then it's constantly evolving, and they're fixing everything constantly. And
they announced today they're adding a minigun now.
Yeah,
and by them shutting down Paragon, they can 100% put their efforts into Fortnite Battle Royale, and it's showing.
The minigun that they're adding is to combat the people who build forts, because you
can mow them down now.
The point of the minigun is, it says it right on the title or something, is the base killer.
Yep.
Is you just shoot out the bottom of the base, and their base is going to come tumbling down. So it's going to take away some of that building aspect, which makes it more accessible for everybody again.
Yeah.
So Epic's really hands-on with it, and sure, they took a model that had already been started by somebody else on their engine, but
nobody's denying that. There's a total ripoff.
Yeah,
but it's great.
They've done things to make it stand out, and I'm surprised.
And going back to the first time we talked about this, sorry, Doc, making it free to play was so fucking smart of them, because it's got where if you did have to choose to pay for either PUBG or Battle Royale, Fortnite, you probably wouldn't see the Fortnite number. It's free to play, and it's on all systems. Oh, PS4 and Xbox. And NPC.
Yeah, NPC.
Which was smart, because it took a mode and a game mode that everybody likes and made it immediately accessible and free.
And
that was so smart.
Beat the console.
Yep.
But if you have the money and you enjoy the game, support it by all means, because it's not free for them to do this. It's really cool. They've got these servers running all the time for over 1 million people. So I'm going to try to give them money here and there. Every month I'll probably throw them $10 for a cool costume, but really I'm doing it just to kind of support them.
Very cool. Yeah, that's the way I feel about PUBG. I held out because, like you and I've talked, we played on the PC before, and I loved it. It's phenomenal, folks, that since it's released out of its normal state, so now it's out in the wild, it's amazing from what it started. And for what it's done on Xbox in just over a month and some, they're getting close to 5 million copies.
That's huge.
Sold.
That's amazing.
Just a very niche game too, and that's what it's battle royale. So neighbor, sorry about that. Yeah, interesting enough that with PUBG, it actually is kind of setting the standard for that kind of style, for what they're bringing to it. And I mean, you're looking at Call of Duty spawning it. You're looking at all these other games trying to emulate this model. They're like, hey, this is actually a seller. People like this. Well, no, shit. I like to see if I'm number one at the end, And I mean, I think it's a big open sandbox. Let's just go at it. Now, if you can just optimize it, I think these companies will do great. So, yeah.
So, Doc, you're all about PUBG, but there was another Xbox game that you wanted to rave about, and the
Sea of Thieves.
Twitter sphere continued to rave about. So,
go
nuts.
One more time. Can you sing that for me, Doc?
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves.
Beautiful.
Is that the theme song? He's not just in Crackdown, ladies and gentlemen. He's in Sea of Thieves also.
The Sea of Thieves musical. What's the release date for Sea of Thieves?
I think it's the 16th to the 20th. Don't kill me on that, folks.
I'm not gonna kill you.
It's next month. It's right? No, it's March. March.
Is it March?
I'm sorry for putting you on the spot.
It's July. Oh, it's 2019. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know the answer.
I think it's March 20th. I do believe it's March 20th. Maybe off on that.
So go play that, and then 1 month later, play a much better game.
March 20th.
1 month after March 20th, play a better game.
That one that doesn't have a jumping.
I'm sorry. All right, but go on your Sea of Thieves rant here.
Okay,
and I'll try to stay awake.
Is just freaking amazing. I totally had so much fun. I love the high seas. And now, mind you, folks, I was playing on a Games Vanguard plug, and it was a 13-inch model, 720p on it. So not that. I was going way backwards in time for my TV, and the water looked amazing. I was like, holy crap, this looks really good just for a beta, And I was just hopped in, started with the crew. We're just talking. It's got proximity chat. I met a guy I really liked. We worked really well. He knew all the mast and the rigging systems. He knew what to do already. He was just really well informed. And so I was like, oh, hey, I like you. And boom. And we became friends. I was like, wow, that is the first time I never saw able just to make a friend in a game where it just popped up and said add a friend. I was like, oh, that's cool. But beyond that, I mean, we're just going into this massive storm. And I mean, it just like the waves just started getting huger and huger. And I'm at the front just playing my music. And I was like, we're going into battle, and just having fun, And
you really like to sing in this game.
Oh, I love it, man. I get so into it. And we hit this damn wave, okay? And just the whole bow of the ship just covered in water. And I came out, it was just crazy. It was just amazing. So they all left. And so I'm left with this huge ship on myself. And I'm like, how the hell am I going to do this? So I'm like, I'm in the middle of the ocean. I'm looking through my thing. I see a couple other ships out there. And so like, I go downstairs, I load all my cannons, make sure I'm good. I get wood on me. And then I get up.
All right now.
Hey, yeah.
In the Navy.
To repair if they hit something. So I was like, okay, cool. So we started going, and I just was saying, I was like, okay, I see this pirate area. I go over, I take over this island. I kill a guy. I take his chest, the captain's chest. I take that back to my ship. I go to this other island, and it's dark. It's storming. And so I hit my ship against the rock, and it starts leaking. So I go repair that. I hop off, I swim, I'm dodging sharks, those damn sharks, man. So I dodging sharks, I get this treasure, I get it back on this ship. I'm so excited, I'm going through, and I was like, you know what? I got a treasure map. Let me look real quick. And I was like, oh, I'm almost by this little island, so let's go find it. So I stopped my ship off at this side, and I was like, okay, I hop my chest off because I always want to take my chest with me. And I'm digging, I hear boom, boom. I turn around and my ship's just sinking under the damn water. I was like, no. I was like, and I lost my ship, and another guy was there, and they came and they took my chest. And I was like, son of a bitch. And then this little mermaid thing comes up out of the water doing this siren call, and it's like, call a new ship. I was like, sweet, okay. So I get there, and I get a new ship, and I go find these guys. I battled them down. I get my chest back after shooting a guy in the back, and I mean, I literally had so much fun. It was just like, I was just having an amazing time. I mean, just exploring, having fun with friends. People would pop in, pop out. I mean, some people might find it a bore if they don't, once you start get going because you don't understand the controls and that stuff. But I literally was glued to it. I think I played it close to 6 or 7 hours straight. I took a break and just played the crap out of it. So
played the crap out of it. Doc Cupcake.
I can't speak highly enough of it, but I will say it is a hell of a lot more fun playing it with friends than it is alone. I tried the solo option, and it's not so much, you kind of get lonely, you're on your own little mission, but when you're working together, having fun, it just goes so much quicker. Then you guys can have battles, and then, you're strategizing on the go. Then you're like, you know what? We're going to screw over these people. Hey, let's go take their ship. Let's go get their loot. Oh, you come up on my board. You're boarding me. Oh, hell no. I'm going to kill you and your whole crew now. And I'm going to take all your treasure, and I'm going to sink your ship. And then, you're screwed.
Now who's Eminem?
Yeah, it rhymes, So, but yeah, I just was, I'm in love with it. So I know Craig Duncan, the whole team at Rare and Sea of Thieves, everyone, they've done an amazing job. As you can see, I'm super passionate about this game.
I can't tell.
Because it's just really refreshing, and I like this kind of innovation in games. It's kind of like how Battle Royale was something new. This is something new. So I think this just is for Rare. I think this Rare is back, if that makes sense. I'm so happy that Rare's got a blank check and said, make what the hell you want. So I was happy.
I think them doing this beta was super smart because if you weren't Xbot, this game was on nobody's radar, really wasn't. And I've definitely seen more, not, hardcore bleeding green Xbox fans, but I've seen more people now praising Sea of Thieves, which is literally what Alden and I have said 150 times, is it doesn't appeal to us yet, but we want to see what the big deal is and play with other people. And this beta was super smart because I mean, you still see some people complaining, but the overarching message has been positivity after this beta, which is awesome. I'm happy because, again, we've said it, we want this game to kick ass, and it's Rare. Rare is video game royalty. Nobody wants anything to happen to them. So I want this game to succeed, and I want this game to get its hooks in me. But I definitely would want to play with like you and Alden and whoever else.
I've said it the whole way. It looks like a game that's really fun to play with friends, and not so much to play alone. And so I was watching Polygon streamed it last week. They played it live and they streamed it, and it was just like you're saying. It's like as you're playing, each time you go into the game, you almost build your own narrative, and it becomes this story that you guys are venturing out together, and you're experiencing this whole thing. And it's really fun, and you create your own jokes, and these things happen here, and it's just this crazy fun experience. I don't think you'd get that playing alone, and that's what makes the game fun. And for me, the reason it's probably a thing that I'll watch every once in a while when people stream it, and it won't be a thing that I play much, just as a dad with 3 kids and 2 jobs, and Brandon, a dad with a full-time job and 4 kids and an infant, it's hard to say, hey everybody, let's get on right now and play this game. I would love to, and I wish if I had that opportunity, I'd probably be so into Sea of Thieves.
I can see that, yeah.
But
Alden goes to bed at 9:17 p.m. So
on a late night.
Yeah.
But when I'm not in bed, like if I want to stay at home and play the game, my kids are running around the house, and I don't want to have my headset on and be bothering anybody else with my kids screaming in the background. So that's what keeps me, I think, from being excited about the game. I'm really excited to see other people's experiences.
Yeah, same.
I get you. I get. I mean, time is a factor, and that happens with a lot of games for me. You guys know that. I mean, pick up and play and go. It just doesn't have a lot. But I did find that, like with it, I mean, I hopped in literally from hopping in to getting to a ship to getting going. I mean, less than 5 minutes, I was out with the crew to our first finding a chest. Like islands are everywhere, so you can stop. You'll find sunken ships and that stuff. There's going to be tons of activities, I think, to actually cater to that, from what I've read, because there's so much I can't talk about, but so much more that's going to be involved within this that I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised. To, people are like, oh, it's just, I'm sailing around finding a treasure chest. Going to be much more deep in that. So let me just put it that way. So should be quite interesting for everyone. So, I mean, we've got just under, over a month and some. So, I mean, I think they've gonna address a lot of those issues with it. So, but I think honestly, I see a lot of games going to be going in this model. If you see what's kind of coming out, like where they do have these shorter missions, shorter stories, but have more of an open to kind of do your own thing. I'm seeing people more engaging, if that makes sense. On that, I was like, I mean, we can see what the hell is it like? Constantly 30 million people playing, PUBG, Fortnite people just engaging in these short in and out 25-30 minute things. So I think this is a unique trend that's going to happen. So I'm excited for E3 to see how the success of these type of games will launch other games. So.
Good. Really quick, if anybody's not paying attention to the chat, the ever kind Dan Rodriguez is giving away 2 copies of Limbo. He just put the codes up, or one has been redeemed. There's one code left for Limbo on the Xbox One, which is a perfect plug. So Alden, go ahead.
And that's Played Ed's first game, right? That was the first game?
I think. If it's not their first one, it's the first one of note.
Yeah, it was their first big one. I finished Inside last week, which is Played Ed's second game, which is the game that we're playing for Digital Hoarders Backlog Club.
And let's explain that since we've got more viewers today.
Got more viewers today. What we're doing is every month this year, we're going to pick a game that we all kind of play together, an older game, a game that's likely in a lot of people's backlog. Whether you played it or not, we're all going to kind of jump in on it, play it, and then we're going to get together at the end of the month and talk about it.
Which is today.
Well, today. Well, what we're going to do is, so I made a Discord for Digital Hoarders, and I'm going to try to teach Brandon how to do a Discord.
I just have to know what I'm...
You get the app. Okay, you get the app, and then the link's going to be on Twitter. So what we're going to do is Monday. Monday is the day we're going to talk about Limbo. I mean, not Limbo. Don't talk about Limbo. You can if you want, I guess. But we're going to talk about Inside in the Discord chat, so we can all kind of talk about it like it's a book club. It's our book club for even nerdier people.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll talk about Inside. So jump in the morning. And the way Discord works is once you're in that chat, you can see everything that's happened in it. Okay. So even if you can't jump to it right away and talk about it, jump in first thing in the morning, and then later on in the day, jump back in and see what people have said. And then you could add your own thoughts and your own opinions, just kind of a way to talk about it. And then next Wednesday on the show, we will talk about what everybody's opinion was without spoiling it. In the chat, spoil away. But on the show, we'll kind of give everyone's opinion and pick the game for February.
Which I think we've already picked.
Yeah, but we're going to give it away.
Yeah, I think we have it.
Spoiler alert, we know what game it is.
Oh, we planned.
It's a really fun thing that people seem really excited about and engaged in, and there's a lot of people who've said, I can't get in on it this month. It was kind of short notice. Let me know next month. So Monday we will talk about it in Discord, Dan, and Wednesday we will talk about it and name the game of February.
And then, whenever we pick a game, we're gonna pick older games. We're not gonna pick anything new. We're gonna try to keep everything no more. We'll never pick something over $20. I think we said.
Right. We'd like to get things on sale, but at the very least, we're gonna get games that are under $20 and on other platforms.
Yeah, and we're gonna do multi-plats because we don't want to lock anybody down who doesn't have this. So we don't care where you play it. We just want to talk about the experience of the game, whether you play it on PS4, Xbox, PC, Switch. We don't care as long as we can talk about it. So before Doc gives away his game, do you want to do like a super quick rundown of the news? The news that we've had this week. So
let's do it.
April 20th. We've got 2 things coming out on April 20th now.
Weed Day.
Yeah, well, besides that for you guys, but Nintendo's Labo, which I'm sorry, I know I keep it positive here. I have nothing positive to say about that, so I'm moving along. And God of War is also coming. You're not excited for it. Don't.
No, but I can see why kids would be
Positively.
excited about it. It's overpriced, but
It's $80. Sorry, I'm doing it. It's $80 cardboard with shovelware. So, but anyway, it's the one misstep I think Nintendo has made in a while. I don't doubt that it's going to sell at first, but I also don't think it's going to be there by the year end. I don't think this is something that has staying power whatsoever. I was talking to my buddy at GameStop, and he's like, "What do I do? Do I sell a protection plan on it? So if you spill your soda on your cardboard and it's ruined, I don't. If not, that's $80. I don't know what to do."
yeah.
But for those who are excited about it, awesome. I hope you love it. God of War also got their April 20th release date. That amazing looking collector's edition, which I'm super excited for. Xbox had some awesome news with Game Pass, which we'll let Doc go into because I know he wants to. He's salivating right now, so go nuts, buddy.
Okay, Game Pass is for the consumers. It's probably one of the most consumer-friendly things I've seen within the industry as of late. Phil Spencer, as many of you saw, I'm guessing close to the 180,000 people that saw the damn tweet and touched it. They liked it. It was mostly positive. I had given positive reviews on it because, to be honest, folks, not everyone can afford a brand new game every time it comes out. That's the facts of life. I mean, there's months that I can't. We've all got bills, we've got families, people have got kids, but for $9.99 a month, you can get 100 games. And the big thing that Xbox is doing is, hello, surprise, first-party exclusives are going in there, staying permanent in the Game Pass program at global release dates. So people might ask, what's the difference between global and regional? So yes, there's going to be a North America time, there's a European time, so there's different times, but then there's a whole global date. So they will be in there, they're going to stay permanent. It brings value to it for $9.99. Now I'm going to give people just my 2 cents on it. I've seen so many discussions on it from, oh my God, people are, Xbox is done making games and all this and all that. Give you positivity. You have a consumer, you're telling them, you know what, we're going to give you first party exclusives, plus you got 100 games that you can choose from to pay. And it's only $9.99 a month. You get that subscriber. You get about 40 million plus people subscribing to this thing or so, whatever. That's a lot of profit right there, which you can take after you pay everyone else's on the royalties and put that right back into production on other games. I think it's a smart business model. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's getting closer to a Netflix style of, service. This is, I think, the services that Phil was talking about, not just the games, being a service. This is a service. So very interesting, very consumer friendly for $10. Hell, why not? I mean, I don't, $60, $10. Come on, folks. I mean, you're going to get a lot more people to pay $10 than you are 60. Yeah. So, I mean, I can't. That's just going to give us more first-party exclusives, and we all know that's a problem with Xbox. That's never been anything new. It's been a little bit dry here and there, but hell, going forward, this is an awesome program, and for those families that really need it, I mean, you get an Xbox for $200, $180, and pay $10 a month. You're set. You got a library. You've got. You're set. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. So
you got a backlog. Instant digital hoarders.
Just about, yep.
Exactly. I'm like, you got 100 games plus you're getting brand new first party games. Like, come on. So that one is pretty cool. So I definitely want to see what your side of the house is going to bring at E3. I would love to see something like PS Now, slid in with it, kind of like they offer something like that, a little bit more additive. I think that would be a great thing for PlayStation consumers, but it's probably already doing fine on its own, so they're not going to worry about it. So that's
I question if PlayStation would do that because there's no denying that their bread and butter is single player experiences, and for anybody who's just a gamer, just a guy sitting on their couch, a lady sitting on their couch, I don't understand how you can have an issue with Game Pass. Personally, now, if you want to look at if you're somebody who works for a company and you want to look at the logistics and the sales, maybe you can start dividing it up, and then maybe you can come up with an issue. But as like you said, strictly a consumer, I really don't understand how anybody can bitch about it. Because, for example, we just got sat down and said, I don't think we're going to play Sea of Thieves. I will pay $10 for 1 month to try Sea of Thieves. Yep. And if I don't like it, I was out $10. I'm out nothing. Who cares? So I really don't understand how any consumers can have an issue with Game Pass.
Well, you've been on Twitter before, right?
Well, I feel I don't understand. They exist. I just don't know why they exist.
But I'm saying people just find things to complain about. Who cares? Even if I'm the biggest PS4 gamer in the world, and I'm not. Be happy that people are getting games for $10. Cool. Play it.
It's not hurting your system any or your enjoyment of what. Yeah. So I'm down for, like Doc said, that's huge for anybody who wants to do that and can put $10 down and gets to play these games. I think that's awesome that they're doing it. But anyway, what I was saying is I don't see PlayStation doing it simply because their bread and butter is single player games. So there's a lot more money to be lost on missing out on that $60 sale for that 12-hour game, as opposed to Sea of Thieves, which is essentially an endless game, or Crackdown, which can continuously be dove into, Halo, Gears, Forza. Like these games, they don't really end per se, but Uncharted ends, The Last of Us ends, God of War ends. So I don't see that happening because that $60 for somebody to fly through it in 12 hours in 1 month, they're done. To me personally, I don't think that makes sense for PlayStation to do, but that's okay because the systems can stand apart, and that's how they should.
Totally understandable. I agree
Xbox has.
They've gone to their whole business model. I mean, mind you, we've seen a drastic shift from where we started to where we're now. It is not the same system or that was envisioned at the beginning. Even as a fan, I'm like, okay, this is just. What the hell? It's like this was not what we were told, and but it's for the better. They've made better choices with it, and I understand. Like you got these solid single player games that are just like, boom, you're done. That's it. It's very linear. Here you go. You go from point A to point B. But Xbox, with a lot of their games, what you're seeing is, okay, you're going to be able to get this. Oh, you can get a costume. So they're going to be making money on the side with these extra add-ons because they have built around that model. I mean, look at Overwatch, for God's sakes. I mean, Jesus. I mean, I saw some figures on that crap, and I'm like, the loot boxes or whatever, the things to get extra stuff has made half of what the game sales have made or something like that. That's just nuts. So so you're going to see different business revenue models to sustain these games in the future. So that's cool.
And real quick, I guess, last bit of news, another aforementioned Sony single-player exclusive coming out in a week is Shadow of the Colossus, which I know Doc is incredibly excited for. The Metacritic is through the roof. IGN gave it a 9.8.
Yeah, I think the Metacritic right now is a 93, maybe?
I don't 93, 94, something.
It's not out yet, so it's back and forth.
Of course.
Shadow of the Colossus was my favorite game of all time for the longest time. And it didn't age well, which is why I'm so excited about this new one, that they've fixed the issues that it had when it aged. The controls are better, they're more responsive, the camera's better, the horseback riding is better, and obviously the graphics are beautiful. So I know, Doc, you're excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Definitely. People know me. I am an Ico fan and everything else from back in them days. And so the Shadow Colossus follows that storyline of that stuff. So I love very traditional Japanese games that are deeply enriched in, how do I put it, culture, lore, and that kind of stuff. So, and the mystique. So many of Japanese lore has many massive monsters and powerful gods in that sense. So even like people hate The Last Guardian, screw you, it's still cool. So
it's huge, and to see it completely built from the ground up, and it's one of those, like Alden said, didn't age well, but now it can be reintroduced to a whole new.
I still to this day will never forget the first time I took down my first Colossus. That ordeal and that experience, and that you had to struggle to take out this monster. And it was really the first time that experience existed, I think. And I'll just never forget as you bring it to the ground, and it's just like breathtaking. and I can't even imagine how it's going to look now in 4K. So I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it.
Yep.
Very cool. All right. Well, it's been a great episode. I just drew the person for the winning for the game for Monster Hunter. If you are in chat, which I would hope you are for it, I need you to say I'm here. If not, I'm going to redraw just because I said to watch the show. So
we'll let you draw, and then we'll talk about our polls. Well, that sounded weird.
Talk about our polls.
So go ahead, Doc. Who's our winner?
It is Ben Law. If Ben Law is watching, Ben, please. Yeah, there you are. So, Mr. Ben Law.
There it is.
Yeah, there you go. So,
all right, Ben Law. Law.
Arado said I'm here. I don't know if this is going to work out.
If he's not, just message me, please.
Okay. Brandon, you watched.
So for the poll, I wasn't supposed to. I found out after I made the poll. I text these guys. I was like, that wasn't my week. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. So I got to watch The Raid Redemption, which was fucking awesome. It is a crazy balls to the wall action movie. You guys have never seen it, right?
No, but now that you talked about it and I saw some things about it online, it looks really cool.
So it's essentially and it's not very heavy on plot by any stretch of the imagination. There is this guy, he's like, we'll just call him essentially like a kingpin, but he's held up in this building, but it's a giant apartment building of 30 floors.
Now I'm just thinking about Fortnite.
Yeah, sorry, not that. It's 30 floors, and there's 20 cops, and they got to get to the floor to get to this guy to try to bring him in. But every floor has different tenants that come out swinging who knows what. So it's just this crazy action movie. There's the body count is insane in that movie. It's really violent. It's not overly bloody, but it is a very violent movie. But it was awesome. I think it was Jordan who, he freaking loves this movie. Jordan Andrew, but yes, the martial arts were amazing. The movie was fantastic. And I'm very excited to watch The Raid 2. And they're currently working on The Raid 3. So this is I don't think this thing's going anywhere. So I definitely think you should check it out. It's just nonstop action. I mean, there's like 7 minutes in the entire movie where somebody's not getting stabbed or thrown or punched or kicked or shot or something. So it's pretty great.
It sounds really cool. Yeah. It seems like a fun movie to watch, I've been working out a lot more lately. But it'd be a fun movie to watch while I run or while I work out.
Yeah.
Just like one of those badass kind of fight movies. You
can watch it dubbed, you can watch the subtitles, or you can watch the really bad English dubbing if you want. It's pretty obvious. So that's up to you, however it is. But yeah, it is dubbed in English terribly. And it's also subtitled. Ben is not here yet, so okay, he's redrawing. Doc, who's the new person before
it was you, so I have to redraw.
I'm here. Hold up, I'll type it in.
All right, and let's see if he's in the chat.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Thank you, everybody. I'm sure I won't like this game.
All right, it's redrawing now. HR Bomber.
I'm getting a little concerned about this.
HR Bomber. Winner.
I'm going to need Amanda hug and kiss.
Oh, wait.
HR Bomber. Are you here? This might not go so
This could be a long episode.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
JJ Bartram says, I think he thinks you keep saying his name wrong. Alden. So, Alden, I guess since we do have some new people, you can explain to them what these are and then what you got.
What we're doing is we are digital hoarders. We hoard anything and everything we can find. We have movies, books. I have books. Brandon doesn't have books. We have movies.
He has books.
Digitally. And video games. And we need help getting through our backlog. So let's do it together. You guys pick the games and movies and whatever that we're consuming for the next week. And we'll come back next week. We're going to post a poll on Twitter tonight, hopefully, if Brandon remembers. And we will talk about it next week and give our opinion of it, just the way Brandon just did with The Raid Redemption. Right?
I know, which is super confusing because I was like, did I miss The Raid? Is this the sequel? Nope, it's the first one.
Yeah. So I'm going to do movies again this week, or as well this week. I'm doing, and I had my fiance Tanya help me pick out the movies because I forgot.
Twilight.
Twilight 2, and Twilight 3.
No, and you should just kill yourself.
Movie number 1, Battle of the Sexes, with Emma Stone and Steve Carell, 2 of my favorite actor and actresses. I really want to see that one. Number 2, The House. I don't know much about this one.
It's Will Ferrell, Amy Poehler, and Jason. It's Jason Mantzoukas.
Yeah, and I love all the people in it.
You don't know the plot of it?
I don't know anything about it.
So, daughter's going to college. They don't have the money, so they start an illegal casino to raise the money, and then it just gets crazy. It's a funny movie.
It sounds fun.
Yeah.
And my third is What to Expect When You're Expecting.
That's her way of telling you she's pregnant.
Everybody check out #DadPod for that. News or not.
Oh, yeah, all these new people. We should just plug the shit out of our other show.
Yeah, we have another show. Doc doesn't. Sorry, Doc.
Doc has Sundance.
But, yeah, that's true. What to Expect When You're Expecting has Anna Kendrick and Elizabeth Banks in it, and I love both of them so much. So it's fine with me.
What to Expect When You're Expecting, though, is like it also has Chris Rock. It has Rob Hubel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's a huge ensemble cast, but they all play very bit roles. Like It's one of those where it's follow this couple for 10 minutes, follow this couple for 10 minutes, follow this couple. It's one of those kind of movies, but it's really not a bad movie.
So I'm excited about this week of polls because on most weeks I've tried to pick like the artsy or serious or suspenseful movies. I'm really a comedy movie fan first and foremost. So I'm excited to see what gets picked this week because I don't know much about these movies and I want to see them all.
So Doc, of those 3 movies, what are you watching?
Sorry, I was redrawn. Do not get mad. My program just crashed on me.
You son of a bitch.
Is it me now?
Now it's Alden. Are you here?
Yeah. So,
well, the second guy said he was here. I don't know why I didn't give him the code, but whatever. We'll just draw again.
Yeah. No, it was the last guy was Jordan. So if he's here,
Jordan Andrew?
No, it is. He has the Golden State Warriors as his icon on his Twitter.
There's a Jordan Poet and a Jordan Andrew. That's weird. They're back to back.
Yeah, we got Michael
Jordan's go nuts
in here. Jordan's activate.
Jordan's assemble.
It's not Jordan Poet.
Which Jordan's the leg? Which Jordan's the crotch?
3.
Me.
Brandon's the crotch.
Always the crotch. So out of those movies, I'm picking The House. I've seen it more recently. It's a funny movie.
Okay.
Doc, Battle of the Sexes, The House. What to Expect When You're Expecting?
Battle of the House.
That's not the name of the movie.
What the hell are you talking about?
What to Expect When You're the Sexes?
Oh, okay. What to Expect?
Battle of the House when you're expecting.
It's The House, Battle of the Sexes, or What to Expect When You're Expecting.
Okay, I watched Battle of the Sexes. Didn't really like it.
Okay.
So I'd force them to watch that.
Oh, damn. All right.
Oh, damn it, Doc.
I got to be honest. It doesn't look that.
I know. I love both of them so much.
Just not, yeah. All right. So which Jordan is it? Because
his Twitter is Jordan650.
Just lie and say it's you, Jordan Andrew.
Jordan650.
Going once, going twice.
Battle of the House.
Okay, let me redraw this better. Goddamn, I'm just getting sorry about that. All right, and
seems like a bad idea.
Jordan Poet, Poet says, it's not me, but I'm changing it.
Yeah.
He's gonna go claim that Twitter handle and that picture real quick.
Korkenstein 1.
Hey,
he's in here.
He was in the chat earlier.
Wait,
for all of our audio listeners,
that's the guy who's a huge Xbox fan. And he goes to all these Xbox events. How coincidental that you picked him, Doc. Sure you did. Sure you did. Congratulations, Korkenstein. Yeah, we know that. That's you. That's me.
Yeah, to everyone,
congratulations.
All of our audio listeners, I'm sorry for that 45-minute drawing, but it was important, and I'm glad we got somebody to play Monster Hunter.
Yes. Yeah. So, DM me your Xbox gamer tag, and I'll go ahead and gift it to you right away. So,
what if he wants it on PS4?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want it on PS4, we'll get you a code on PS4. I'm sorry, I'm non-biased at this.
Even though you didn't win, I did. But whatever. It's cool. Korkenstein.
So
enjoy your game.
Oh, Jesus, this is going to be ridiculous. Yeah, my whole app, I pressed it, and then I was like, okay, I got a guy. And then we're waiting, and I put it down, and it just kept on just I was like, what the hell? So my phone just went crazy on me, so I'm sorry.
Look, it's Korkenstein's birthday. So not only did he get what he wanted in Monster Hunter, he gets Alden's going to sing him happy birthday live on air.
Oh, Jesus.
Happy birthday. I don't want to get sued.
No, I think that's up now.
Is it?
I think that license is gone. It can be used anywhere now.
Should I sing it like Michael W. Smith?
Oh,
happy birthday.
I'm sure the Michael W. Smith and Digital Hoarders crossover is real big.
Hey, that's my profile pic. People probably know what it is.
Frightening. Congratulations and happy birthday, Korkenstein.
All right, guys.
I think we're done.
Yeah, we're done. It's been an awesome episode. It was great seeing you gentlemen again, talking with you. I love video games, love movies. I love you. And I love all our fans. And thank you guys for tuning in. And go ahead, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button so you get notified when we are live. And I can't wait until next week when we're back with a brand new edition of Digital Hoarders. So thank you all. Any closing remarks?
As my niece says, smash that subscribe button.
Oh.
She made a YouTube video that she wanted to put on the internet, and she's like in the video, she's like, thanks everybody, like, and she's 6, 7, and she's like, thanks everybody, like and subscribe and smash that subscribe button.
Let's just get her to be our spokesman. The only thing I'm going to say before we leave is we didn't put our banners on the bottom.
I know. I noticed that half an hour ago.
Whoops.
Okay, bye guys. Thank you all for joining us.
Later.